Emotion is a natural inheritance of our species. And as much as we might try to escape them, we simply cannot. And I strongly believe that the perspective that we carry towards our emotion is what will enable us to have the most healthy relationship with our emotional energy. And I'm going to break that all down for you right now. In this video, I'm breaking down 4 ways of thinking about your emotional energy, probably differently than you think about them today. The fact that emotion just is, emotion as a signal, emotion as fuel, and emotion as a powerful way to create meaningful connection. And I assure you, if you can adopt just one of these perspectives, you'll be well on your way to having a much healthier relationship with your emotional energy. The first perspective is the fact that emotion just is. You know, I believe many of us often consider emotion in 2 blocks, or at least along a binary spectrum, negative or positive. You know, we think about things like fear and frustration, anger as negative emotions. We think about joy, excitement as positive. But the reality is emotion just is. They're energetic entities, and it's up to the one who's experiencing it to place meaning in that emotional energy. And so as soon as you can begin embracing the fact that the emotional energy just is, then it grants you the permission, the freedom to place meaning on that particular emotion. And of course, some emotions are much more difficult to deal with than others, such as fear and frustration. But it doesn't mean that they're negative or that we can't use them to move us forward. You know, in my work, I teach a mindset called change enthusiasm, and it actually enables you to use energy like fear and frustration to transform it into fuel that can fuel you forward to enable your growth through big change, big disruption, big transformation. But it's that perspective that's so necessary in order to do that. Your emotion just is. It's up to you to grant meaning for that emotional energy. By the way, if you're getting value from this, if you're like me and love geeking out about emotion and change and resilience and leading others through transformation, this is the channel for you. So subscribe. I'm shocked you haven't subscribed already. Click the button below my face. It'll make sure you get the latest video when it drops. I do videos like this all the time to arm you with the power to fuel your growth through change. So click subscribe and get notified. All right, let's get back into it. The second perspective is to view emotion as a signal. You know, one of the most important and powerful questions that I ask myself on nearly a daily basis when I'm experiencing any type of emotion, whether they be what so many people classify as negative or positive, is what opportunity is this emotion inviting me into? Or said another way, where is this emotional cue or signal striving to guide me? You know, I firmly believe that our emotional energy, these energetic entities, are there to serve us, to signal us into often our greatest moments of opportunity. And it's up to us to choose how we use that energy to help us, to help that energy work for us instead of against us. You know, emotion is data, it's information, and it's up to us to choose how that data informs us as opposed to paralyzes us or move us backwards. The third perspective is to view emotion as fuel. Have you ever felt so excited, so joyful about something that you started working on it, you kept working on it, and before you knew it, hours had passed? Our emotional energy can fuel us forward, can keep us up all through the night, whether that be with worry or anxiety or anticipation and excitement. And the power rests in our ability to choose how to use that emotion as fuel to move us forward as opposed to holding us back. The fourth and final perspective as you think about your own emotion is that it is a necessity to create meaningful connection with another. You know, if I asked you to take a beat and think about a person, a loved one, someone that you care about in your life, whether that be a partner, a spouse, maybe a brother, a sister, parent, and to think about the feeling that is inspired when you hold that person in your mind's eye. What is that feeling? Right? So often when we think about those connections that we have in our life that are our prized possessions, right? The things that we most value, it's a feeling that is inspired. It's a feeling that connects us. It's a feeling that gets us up to go pick them up from the airport when they got in 5 hours late and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, right? It's a feeling that allows us to continue to support and nurture them in their careers, helping them to achieve their dreams. That emotion creates this authentic connection. And if the emotion is absent, it's almost like the connectivity wanes. It's an inability for us to really remain very connected and feel that sense of value, that sense of love. So emotion is a very powerful way to create meaningful connection with those that we love and our family, our spouses, etc., as well as our colleagues and our coworkers. Speaking of emotion, as a signal, as fuel, I got something else for you, and it's completely for free. I actually want to gift you a chapter out of my best-selling book, Change Enthusiasm: How to Harness the Power of Emotion for Leadership and Success. Specifically, I want to gift you the introductory chapter, which is breaking down the growth mindset of change enthusiasm, a mindset that enables you to harness the power of emotion, to see emotion as a signal, to see emotion as fuel, moving you forward, putting you in that seat of power to choose how you show up and how you navigate through change. And that chapter is yours completely free. All you got to do is click on the link below. I want to make sure you have the data, the research, the insights to fuel your growth through even your most difficult and challenging changes. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.